Do have some news in 46 minutes. It is Monday, June, June 5th. We're in June. This is the start of, or the ending of this first half of the year. The start of the ending of the first half of the year. Okay. So in 45 minutes, there's a services PMI. Does have 3 stars, so it's a higher impact potentially on the markets. Anywho, that's what we do have in 45 minutes. So it's almost 6 o'clock. So we're going to be mindful of that. Right now, we are too far down. So let's get over to our daily chart. As we can see, gold is on a downtrend. So we're pulling down. Well, overall, we are still in this uptrend channel, this uptrend trend line channel that we were in as we pushed up, pulled back to the MA, followed the MA, the 20, pulled beneath it just to the 200, basically a little bit to the 200, then pushed back off above the 20, and then we actually hit a high here, our high on Thursday, May 4th, so a whole month ago. Same happened here. We hit that high. And now price rejected from that high. But we have, as you see, I mean, all these little lines is little alerts, but let's go a little bit wider so you guys can see what we are looking at. Yeah, my mouse need to charge, so I'm over here working it out on the laptop's little pad. So as I was saying, price is pulling back here to the bottom of this trend line channel. I want to point out, honestly, make it smaller one more time, but I want to point out how price hit the bottom trend line. It pushed up to this 20 and then boom, pushed back down. We're at a solid support here that it held at. But I want to point out that price did the same thing here. When it hit the top of this trend line, and it pushed all the way back to the bottom trend line, moved up a little bit, and then pulled back before taking off again. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen here, but it's very similar in nature. We have, I mean, it wasn't the extreme top, but we hit, fairly to the top of the trend line channel, and we pulled back, right? Then we pushed up a little bit, which was to this 20, and then we pushed back down to the trend line. So it's like the exact same move here to here. We did here, here, and then it took off, right? I'm seeing that it could potentially do that here because we have that same motion of here, down, pop, push back to the trend line, and then we could potentially see the top of this trend line again. It's probably up there somewhere. And I mean, that's at 2100, I didn't draw this line longer, but it's potentially, it could potentially happen, is my point. But it's the exact same move. I do want to point that out. That has occurred here. Well, this piece. Sorry, I made that. Hold on. Let me straighten that up. Because I want to just do that to that, and then potentially again here somewhere. So that's what I'm seeing as far as because history repeats itself. The only difference I would say here is that price peaked above the 20 and pulled back to the trend line, then boom, zoomed off. Price here didn't actually peak above the 20. We actually got stopped at a resistance point, pulled back here to this support, right? We didn't hit over that 20 yet though. And so that's the difference for me. We're not, the 20 isn't actually near the price action yet, right? So it may be a few days before we see like that push off, because this is the daily. Also, I want to point out that if we do break this support, this is almost like it'll be a structure right here, because price created this support here, and then it used it to bounce off here. It was the catalyst to push off and then pull back to, and then it was our support this whole time. Then we pushed back once so far, support, pushed off of it, and now we're back at it. And then again, it's some support we see here that is pushing off of. So want to be mindful of that as well. So we kind of need to wait to see how price really reacts to this support area for a longer term play. But again, that's the daily. The weekly is the first, Sunday is technically the first day of the week for your forex trading. So as we can see, price is starting off a little suspect on the weekly. You see what I mean by how that push off was stronger on the weekly down here from prior. Right now we just have a lot of rejection. And then this candle is fairly weak, starting off the week fairly weak compared to last week. So we would need to cross 1948 to kind of see if we're going to push up some. And anything below 1941 could be potential more downside on the weekly. Hopping over to the 4 hour to see what price is giving us. Again, we know we're playing here at the bottom of this trend line. This is actually, potentially another resistance point. Where is my little thingy mabob? Another supply zone of resistance. Right now it looks like it's dealing with some more. See, we had some consolidation here just above the support, the demand zone. But look at here, we have some wicks. Looks like this was Sunday. Price broke below that trend line and then bounced back up this morning from here as well. So it broke it twice actually now. You guys can't probably see it because it's so small. But to me, I start seeing it shaped to where, it looked like it could be building to push back up like a cup and handle, but not really. But because of the way it's taking its time to kind of do smaller. But seeing these wick rejections is interesting here at the support, which means the support could be holding. Could be. Like how we had these wick rejections here, push. But usually big candles like these, there was probably some news, and this was the end of the month. So it's probably some news that pushed it way below, but you see it pop right back out. On the 4 hour, we have a few supports. This is the resistance so far. And the support, it's kind of right here. It's trying to build a support so far on the 4 hour. So let's see how this little area plays out. There we go. So the 1 hour shows us that support was our resistance on the 1 hour. So that's interesting. Price is trying to push above that area. I really like to use my blue lines on the 1 hour. So our 1 hour support is here at 1942, and our 1 hour resistance is here at 1944. Do like seeing that, and it's right at the trend line. So that's an interesting area that we want to be mindful of. I drew this little trend line last night where we see price couldn't push above it, pushed down, and rejected from this support and pushed back to the trend line, and now we're above that trend line. So that is cool to see. here on this 1 hour, but we do want to be mindful of this pretty fairly. Y'all, this is the trade that I took on Friday, and I got that. I took that whole trade, but it kept going. So that's what I'm reading in that book, Best Losers Wins, teaching you to basically hold for that longer run. Like literally, I think there was like 1,000 plus more points that I didn't take because, yeah, freaking 1,700. And I probably wouldn't got all of that, but even just there is 1,500, right? So it's important to stick with our trades. But that was an excellent trade that I took last week on Friday. Even after the news and everything. But anywho, getting into rejections here on this 1 hour at this resistance right at the 20. But again, we have broken above this trend line. So it'll be a whole hour though before this 1 hour candle closes. So let's move down to the 30-minute. And let's not forget we have some news coming at 6:45. So on the 30-minute, we see price is trying to push above again this area where we have some resistance right here. But I wouldn't mind probably taking that trade from right there. Let's see if we can share the screen with MetaTrader. There she is. Or there it is. All right, so what is that? That's on the 1 minute. I don't really want to be there. So yeah, see on the 1 hour, it's trying to break up. 30-minute, it's there. Where's the 15? 15 is there. We're all above. The 5-minute, we get a pullback. Let's see how far this pullbacks. Even the 1 minute, you could get a pullback to that. Because we're at the point of like I'm saying, this break that we have over here. Where is, there we go. It's just one of these lines. So that's where so we would need to it would be nice to actually break above and then pull back to retest for an entry. But again, that news is coming up. So we don't know if price is just consolidating here, right? Because as we see, it pushed once and pulled back. But now it pushed and then pushed again. So trying to see if this is a false or real break to the upside for a reversal. I'm thinking it could even be a smaller reversal, not necessarily a huge reversal. But yeah, all the candles look the same. I mean, all the time frames look the same. 10-minute closes in 6 minutes. So it's been trying to break above this area, as we can see. But the 10-minute looks good. The entry for the 10-minute would have been this candle from here, where it was closer to the MA, closer to the trend line, all of that good stuff. So we don't want to just take this candle, in my opinion, because we're near the resistance area. Even though it's above, it hasn't closed yet. Say if it closes above the resistance, then we may look for an entry. But like I said, it's 5 minutes before the 10-minute candle closes. But yeah, that news is in about 30 minutes. So, but we do have a double bottom. Boom, boom, boom. Kind of a triple bottom. 1, 2, 3, right? Oh, here, the 15-minute already. So yeah, we could take it and have our stop loss just below. See, I will put my stop loss right here. Oh, missed it. So hopefully we get a retrace. Well, not really, because I think we closed above that resistance. But if we see here, that 5 is just at the 200. So it's getting pushed back beneath that trend line again. Let's see how far it pulls back. I mean, we would have got stopped out if we had entered there based on the 15. Based on the 10, it's still a little bit of ways to go. This is the candle that is stopping this progression. Well, it's not stopping it, but this is the potential little supply area that we're trying to break through. I will say we can continue to break through here just because those wick rejections here push down, but again, we're above the 20 now. We're above the 1 hour resistance. A lot of key areas here. Our 10-minute candle closed. Yeah, that was at 550. I was still getting up. This is at 6 where we kind of got here start looking rather around here. So that's why I didn't take the trade. It's too far away from the first break, because this was, oops, that was ugly. This was the first move, the first entry that should have been, can't say should have been because I wasn't here, but this candle, just because it was near the break of the trend line, it's near the break of the MA, and it's at the support of the 1 hour. So that would have been the better entry for that little move right here. So let's say we got in here. Yeah, that would have been almost 300 pips so far. Like 286, I think it says. But we weren't at the screens yet, so no problem. But I'm waiting on, if I was to enter 1944 could have worked, but it was right at, again, we did break the resistance. We broke above the trend line, but just need to see how price responds here. And again, that news is in like 20 minutes, so I'm kind of sitting out waiting on that too. So price kind of bobbing here at the top of this supply zone. We have 5 minutes until this 30-minute candle closes. Yeah, you can see here on the 1 hour where we just hit that 20 as well. We are crossing above that 20, so that's good to see. 1949 would be the real test. Let's see if this 30-minute candle holds halfway or less than halfway. Probably back to this resistance. I don't want to take the whole candle out at all. 15 minutes to that news drops. Yeah, price getting rejected here at that 20 on the hour, but it didn't break half of the bar, so that's good. I mean, it went literally to half. I'm talking on the side of the mic, so I don't know if y'all heard me, but I was saying price literally, that 30-minute candle, it came to half of that. Oliver likes to call Valdez, he likes to call that an elephant bar. This is considered an elephant bar, really strong push. But yeah, I don't want to see it get taken out completely, which it didn't. So that's good. Let's look at this 4 hour just to be nosy. Oh, the 4 hour looks good too. Look like we're trying to get a nice reversal here. We got the wick rejection at this support or demand zone possibly. Oh yeah. So we look over here, it's our demand zone. And yeah, price trying to break this sort of a breaking structure right there. That's on the 4 hour we were looking at. But see, getting it on the 4 hour, we would have to exit here. I mean, we would have to have our stop at 1942. And no. Is it the same for the hour? Yes. Same candle basically. 1942. 30-minute. It would be 1942. Yeah. So our stop would be, for me, I wouldn't take this whole 1938. That's just me. I don't usually do that full swing to the bottom because I'm like, hey, if it breaks, if I get in here and it breaks this whole candle, then I don't need to be in it. I shouldn't have took it. I should have just waited. Price is getting rejected at that 20. Just back to the 1 hour resistance though so far. That's that halfway mark right here of that candle. Again, I don't want this whole candle to be taken out, to be honest. Oh, well, 5 minutes says different. 5 minute hit there. That's why we were having that low resistance. But 5 minutes pushing back too. You can see 1942. Oh, see, it might take out that whole candle. We'll see though. It could be 1943 to 1942. I don't think we go all the way back here. If we do, then we're gonna break through. But I don't know. I don't know. I can't say what's going. All I could do is trade the chart. But 1942 is seemingly a good support on all fronts. What do I feel like? I feel like price is just resetting before it does. I think it wants to take off. But again, this could just be some consolidation here. We don't know. I don't know. Okay, so we got some rejection, wick rejection here at this resistance turned support so far, and this 20 is just moving up to it. So as we know, price and the MAs are like a magnet to each other. They like to be next to each other. So if we pull too far away, it wants to pull back to it. Sometimes we just don't know how it's going to react. Like how price shot all the way up to touch it, and now it's pulling back down, possibly to meet it again. And then we're going to see how it react here, because it looks like right now price is respecting the 5 minute. And I know I like trading on the higher time frame and things for those bigger moves, but I'm learning that you have to just do what price is doing, right? So like some days it's just straight trading off the 30. Like here, this was a 30-minute move. It fell down, came back to the 200, and then boom, fell. This is all that off the 30. Like today, price is just trading off this 5 minute. It's following the 20, just above the 20 and fell. Then when we crossed above it, it pushed all the way to the 200 of the 5 minute. You see what I'm saying? The 15, we bounced above the 1520, but the 200 is nowhere near that area. So you have to find where price is, where price is playing its game and meet it there. So we're getting wick rejections here though, again at this support. So I'm thinking we can bounce here. Price might not see back down here. Again, I'm seeing if it's going to play off this 20, but it is still bouncing up off of this support. So that's a good sign. Well, resistance turns support. Yeah, that 30-minute is holding. Oh, so that news is about to drop, y'all. And the 1 minute here is stuck under that joint. Yeah, that news drops in like 5 minutes, right? 4 minutes, 3 minutes, excuse me. 3 minutes. And you know, if we don't get to trade today, we just don't get to trade today, you know. Okay, that 1 minute went back above. So maybe that was the closest we were getting to that 20 there. Yeah, all these look pretty solid. I kind of want to take it and have my stop beneath this support resistance. How long before the 5 minute closes? Yeah, because look at our 10 minute over here. Could be trying to consolidating. Now the 5 minute on trading view says we're above the 200. That's interesting. Maybe we'll take a smaller entry. I think this is one of those push up, pull back into push up. I think we're going to bounce off of here, so we're going to go ahead and take the trade. We'll have our stop just beneath. Just beneath that 30 minute. We'll just add to the trade if it progresses. So what do I see? I think this was here, pull back to at least here. That's what I'm seeing. We have the support of this demand zone. Oh, that news just dropped. We have now the support of this area. They say to add to your winning trades, but y'all, it gets tricky as heck. It gets tricky, y'all, I ain't gonna lie. So based on a 5 minute, we had a pretty solid entry. I would like to add to the position, but yeah, I'd be nervous. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'd be nervous trying to learn how to add to my position. It's been pretty tricky. But we pull back to the 200 here. I think this is a good place to get in. Well, not there. I wanted to get in here. Oh, we got 1 minute to the 10 minute candle closes over here, so we'll wait. I can look real quick. Yeah, our 1 hour popped above. So we have a test. What's this? The 1 hour. Few test zones. We have 1:19. Yeah, I said 19:49 is gonna be a good test area. We have a new 10 minute. Oh, we need to move our stop loss into profit, right? Because y'all, we not in the business of losing money. Just in case, because we can always re-enter if it don't go, the way we want to go. 1945.72. We'll do 74 because we entered at 64. Okay, so on here, we made it to the 200. All right, that's half of the candle. How long before this 5-minute close, y'all? Oh, 1 minute. So on add-ins, the stop loss is usually really small, like just beneath like your the candle. 16 seconds before the candle closes. See? And this is why we wait for the candle to close. Because it might go all the way back to this 20. It might. No, I don't want it to take out this whole candle. 1946, 44. All right, MetaTrader froze, y'all. Let's see if it's working on my phone. I wanted to move my stop loss. It said no. It still work on my phone. Yeah, I was gonna put this. Oh, what is it? 38, so we're gonna do 48. We can't wait till this candle closes, huh? Oh, 7 o'clock. I don't know what news that was. There was no news. So factory orders, it had nothing to do with us. Nothing. It don't even have a high impact. Well, y'all, that's all that we needed to pass this whatchamacallit. Oh yeah, we passed our funded challenge just now. We are now a funded trader. Again. Excellent trade. We could have stayed with it, but there was no reason to, just because we passed our see, what are we? This is the 15-minute. We went all the way to the 200. So excellent trade. Our confluences were strong. We waited and waited, to nail a solid entry. And yeah, we made, was it 300 off of that? Over 300. Now, if we were trading the trade, we would have stayed in it. Like, just kept moving our stop loss up. No reason to sell. I mean, until it shows signs of weakness, or if it was a harder pullback. But I'm saying we didn't need it because we just wanted to pass our challenge. Say we made 388 off that trade. And it was nice. It was with small size too, you know. I wanted, how far did we go? Okay, yeah, I thought we were gonna overtake that. Okay, we're pushing to that 200 mark here. Yeah, we can't look. It says we can't place any other new orders. Passed. Now I can see it passed. One minute ago they sent it. One phase challenge. Congratulations, passing the challenge. You have not already signed deal. We'll be sending a deal contract shortly. You can find this in your email. We use deal to process all our payouts. So, all right, awesome work. But yeah, that was an excellent trade. We were confident. We took the right proper size that made us comfortable. We weren't over, we didn't overly do it. This was easy because we got in. I'm not saying easy. I'm saying I was going to say it was an easy certain amount. We made 388, almost 400 if we would have stayed in. That was a whole 1,400 pips, the whole thing. So if we would have stayed in, I mean, anywho, excellent trade. The patience was strong. The execution was there. So congratulations on passing your becoming a funded trader. Awesome work. Stay diligent, stay focused, relax, and y'all keep trading. Peace.